Hi, I'm Tony Stefani with Hillside Christmas Tree Farm. Today we're going to do some leader work on our smaller trees. Um, During the growing season, we kind of focus on maybe our 4 to 6 year old trees during the August, September. The little ones, we were planted in 2020, 21, and 22 and 23. We kind of let those, I don't know, we do them kind of this time. So all we're going to do is going to walk through those trees looking for double leaders, kind of making sure that they have the basic shape and structure that we're after before the start of the growing season. Today's February 4th, a beautiful February 4th day, nice frosted, covering, sunny, perfect day for this. So I'm using my 2-foot ARS, pole pruner. I have my little satchel bag here with hand clippers, some of those ADC bands, some tags just in case there's something I want to take note of. I have the phone for pictures and things like that. But it's a good time of year to do this, and it's important to do this before they start growing again, right? Come April, May, when the trees start growing, they have referred to as like a growth tank, right? They can grow so much, and the tree has to grow from one stem. So removing these doubles is an important task to do, and necessary one. So once you follow along, see how we do it, and it's pretty easy. Using this thing, I don't want to bend over. Back is doing better, but this thing I can just reach, click, click, perfect. So, all right, the first field we'll start at is our 2020 fir field. So at this time, we kind of figured out our fir varieties that we wanted to focus on, and they are our Canaan, our balsam, and our concolor. That's the main field rotation block planted trees that we do. We don't do Fraser. I ordered some this year. Their natural range gets double the amount of rainfall we do this year, and I saw a summer meeting where there was drought, full-size trees wilting, and that kind of turned me off from them. But they are the #1 selling tree, so we're going to give them a try this year, and I know they grow just as fast, or if not faster, than those other trees that we mainly focus on. So they could become into our core rotation. So again, we're just going to walk through the field, and it should go pretty quick, and just looking for those double leaders and anything that might be really jumping out at us, and give a little trim. So here we go. So I tried using the drone, but wearing brown against a brown background, it easily loses you. So we'll give you a closer shot, and again, we're just looking for double leaders. So this one here, we can kind of see this is a balsam, kind of a cluster. So we're going to pick one because these two will start competing for each other. Kind of give this one, man, I gotta clean these up. Give that thing another year before we start shaping it. Again, right now he's just kind of looking like little bushes, huh? Some will have to train. See what happens. That one there, right? This is exactly what we're looking for, right? Double leader. Pick one. Get it out. These 2-foot pole pruners are working perfect for this. Not having to bend over. Just can reach in there and give a little nip. That's exactly what we got to do. Gonna get our steps in today. Kind of neat how the frost kind of forms on these things. Look at that. Guess I never really looked at frost that close. Huh. So the question kind of becomes, how do you choose, right? If we look at these two, what are we looking for, right? There's two doubles here. This terminal has 1, 2, 3 in the center. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the center. So this one's a little easier. We'll take the one with 5. This guy here is kind of coming through. I think he wants to take over, so we'll trim him out too. That's how we'll leave it. Another way, just length. Pick the longer one, pick one that's helps you center the tree a little bit. Looks like we got some deer rub damage there. All right. But again, we want the tree to grow from one stem. So there is some risk doing this work this time of year. You know, it gets cold. There is sometimes some dieback because you are giving the tree a fresh wound this time, and it could be kind of a little bit more vulnerable because of the temperature. So I really haven't had an experience of it actually getting into the main stem. Let's say, you know, if we cut this, they usually say you kind of have an inch dieback. So when you're cutting leaders down, just kind of plan for that a little bit. Maybe not put the bud you're wanting to take over right at the top. Maybe give it a little bit more room. But I've never seen, if we cut a double leader flush, it die back into the main stem and kill the top. I don't think I've ever seen that. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Just something I've never observed. I haven't had any problems cutting out leaders, double leaders like that, and having it kind of go back in. This is the part that I debate a lot, because the rule of thumb is like 45 degrees, right? If it's what is it, greater than 45, it should come out like this guy. I have a hard time if it's going to leave a hole, but since we have this branch here, there's not going to be a hole, so I feel more comfortable bringing it all the way out. Sometimes I leave a horn, which again, this causes, you know, more shoots, more competition later, but sometimes that's okay because you want a full tree. But this one, I feel pretty good that this branch will kind of fill in this space, so we'll cut it all the way out. And again, here's the same kind of thing, right? Above 45. These ones here, there's not a lot supporting it, so I think I'll just leave those be. And if it comes up the middle, we'll take care of them next year. Another trick when you don't have bamboo sticks, you can put 2 leaders together. Downside is you are making a double leader and then you're having to cut all that out. So pick your battle. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But you just got to remember to come back and cut them. When I was talking to Dad, I told him I was going to come out here and do this. He's like, oh yeah, definitely got to do that, because he's, you know, last year this tree was probably like this, and it's easy, like maybe the center one aborted, right? We can kind of see that there's an aborted. Take 2 of the crowns, put them together, easy peasy. But you do kind of lose one of your crown, your whorls, and then you got to cut it out. So back to what I was saying, he's like, oh yeah, make sure you walk through those trees and do that, because I did take a lot of them and stick them together like that. So again, got to do this before it starts growing. Really can't beat a day like today to do this. So beautiful. Now we're getting into our concolor. Concolor even a little bit more finicky, a little less. I mean, you know, this whole thing is coming out. I kind of leave these going until they get a little bit bigger and kind of find themselves. So we'll keep on plugging along. They also have like that, what I call llamas growth. So this was all last year, and then it kind of sprouts up again. That one we'll take out. But like this, I don't worry about any of this. I think that'll fill out nicely. We see we got some branches here. That'll work. But this is something we want to do something with, right? We got 3. Now we have 1. So we talk about weed control. This is our main kind of road through the center between the barn and a lot of the tree fields, right? This was all planted on this side and this side. That side, the pond exists. Very heavy weeds. That's where I'm willing to take some gambles right in here and spray over the tops, because I think a lot of them just didn't make it. So I feel the risk is worth the reward. Uh, 2020 was when we kind of started executing my planting plan. Kind of talked about block planting and just kind of my approach of opening up a new field for our customers every year. 2020 was when we were actually started planting the numbers that I wanted to, which was this year we did, this planting year, 2020, we did 2,000 trees. 2020 was also the year that I started this YouTube channel. So we're going on year number 4. So this is the thing about concolor right here. So this year, 23, our old bud decided to grow. Right? Last year, well, I guess last year in 22, it didn't, right? So we turned up a lateral and he's doing okay, but this year he decided to shoot out. So oh, let's take him out, see what that leader does. So like I was saying, we planted 2,000 trees, split it amongst that side and this side. A lot of them on that side aren't making it. That soil's pretty heavy there too, not ideal for fir, but as we kind of go this way, and we'll see as we work through this field, the trees do get a little bit sturdier, stronger, better soil. As we're learning, you know, not every tree can make it in every type of soil, so you kind of find what works, but you got to decide if you're gonna invest to fix it or plant something else there. There's one area where we're harvesting now that is backfilled from the pond. I think the pH is almost 8. Very heavy clay, high organic matter, high CEC. Would take a lot of nutrients to really bring that to be suitable for fir. So what I'm thinking about doing is we have our tot lot field. I'm thinking about dedicating that to be like tabletop Scotch pine. I think they'll grow there, and will allow me to have some Scotch pine, and being tabletop size, I believe that they will kind of be harvested before all the real problems start with them, with the bugs and pests and everything. Make a couple of our customers happy that are kind of lost because I don't have any more Scotch pine. So that's kind of the plan, and that's straight on the other side of the pond. Then there's another area. We've talked about the nutrient video series. Weed control, I haven't done anything in that in a little bit, but over that way, where I do find value investing and probably fixing those soil problems. So yeah, just, you know, to each their own. All right, so I'm wrapping up the kind of the double work and the checking for doubles. I want to stress the importance of this because, you know, I must have missed a couple because I'm pulling stuff out like this. This one was like real close to the ground. So we missed this. This is last year. Here's the year before. You know, 3 years ago, we missed this, and this turns out being, you know, a good chunk of the tree. You imagine having a full-size tree, and your customer comes down and cuts it, and half the tree falls out. Not good. A lot of wasted energy there. This was another one, right? It has a double. Peel it back, you know, you see how far it comes out. Now, these trees are small enough that they'll recover, but, you know, it's a lot of wasted energy. So get out there, do this. It's an important work. So yeah, I did everything I wanted to do.